Hi everyone, my name is Watson. I'm the Echo Program Coordinator Assistant here at AHEC West, and today I'm going to be going over a program on young adult education and awareness on problem gambling. Again, this is through AHEC West and the Echo Program, and it is brought to you by the Maryland Center of Excellence on Problem Gambling. And here is the contact information with further details or any other questions you may have. It is also important to note that March is Problem Gambling Awareness Month, and one of the reasons why we are presenting this opportunity and going over some of these educational matters for the month of March. Why is the topic important or relevant? So the definition of gambling is risking money or something of value on hopes of obtaining something of greater value. It's also important to know that a lot of young adults tend to be risk takers, and the risk taker mentality is becoming an increasing issue within that age frame. It is also not a safe alternative for alcohol and or drugs as well. So what is problem gambling? Here's the definition. I'm not going to read it in its entirety, but this is basically what problem gambling is. It's an urge that you cannot stop. It also becomes an addiction. We're going to be going over what problem gambling is, and for me, I'm going to cover it more of an aspect that can relate to younger adults. To me, it can happen to anyone. It can start in the youth, it leads to young adults and into adulthood, and it needs to be treated like any other addiction. To me, again, mainstream media and the normalization of gambling is occurring in gaming and many sports broadcasts as well. You see it on places like ESPN, ESPN2. They have a whole segment now called The Daily Wager. It's in video games. For example, the Diamond Casino Resort on Grand Theft Auto. It's in in-game loot boxes. It's in sports games. It's in pack openings. And obviously you see a lot of promotions now for online sports gambling sites. So it is reported that 40% of video game players have made in-game purchases. So this is similar to loot boxes and pack openings. It's a similar concept to gambling because you are paying virtual currency to receive something you're trying to obtain. It's not guaranteed whether you will obtain that item or not, so it does become a gambling aspect. So they incorporate the element of skill and chance. Obviously it's visually stimulating like a lot of other aspects of gambling. As I mentioned, these loot boxes are a great example of that. Obviously you can access it from gaming consoles, smartphones, and computers. So early signs of spotting a gambling problem: obviously skipping classes or work to gamble, spending less time avoiding family and friends. I'm not going to read this in its entirety, but here's the list of early signs of gambling. And here's also a list partake in some sort of gambling aspect. It is linked to many other addictions as well. It's a harmful road one ventures down. It can be pretty detrimental to the overall health. All right, so now you might be wondering, what is the point of all this? It is now your turn. We are wanting you to create your own strategy. We will award 3 scholarships, a $500, $250, and $100 scholarship to the top 3 strategies. It can be a written project, a video, or it could be a mix of both, kind of like what I'm doing. But we want to hear from you. What do you think is a great strategy to combat and to educate youth and young adults on the harms of gambling and the addiction associated with it? It's also important to note there are some gambling triggers. Just steer clear of these in your presentation. I'll just leave this here for you to either pause the video or take a look at, and here are the sources for the project as well. Thank you very much for your time. I really look forward to presenting with you all this opportunity, to hearing what you come up with on the gambling education aspect for young adults and the youth. It is a very big component, and it is something that is starting to become more integrated into society and into younger people as well, as you see in gaming and a lot of the other mainstream sports sites as well. So thank you all for taking the time today to watch this video. We are very excited to hear back from you all and see the strategies you come up with. Thank you. Take care.